In the good old days, you could just jump on an airplane with your tenor case, no problem. But as we all know, that is no longer possible. So we're all trying to Jedi mind trick the attendant at the gate. This is not the saxophone case you're looking for type setup.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Now, the best saxophone case so far has been the BAM Cabine, and I've been using this for years, but it has got a lot of drawbacks. So Jack at the Boston Sax Shop has taken the shape and aesthetic of the Marco Maggi case and then married it with the double handles and metal construction of the Walt Johnson case to come up with a rival for the BAM Cabine. So today we're going to look at these two cases and compare and contrast them and try and draw some conclusions which one is the best case, not only for a low profile case for gigging, but for traveling on an aeroplane. Okay, let's jump to the B-roll and let's directly compare these two cases. So here's a direct comparison of the two cases. You can see they're very similar sizes. If anything, the BAM Cabine is a teeny bit shorter, but the Ambassador is skinnier in the neck, I would say. And it's got a nice, the Ambassador's got like a symmetrical look to it. The Cabine is a little bit lopsided, and I've also found that when you have your saxophone in it, the Cabine doesn't really stand up on its spine very well. There you can see that the Ambassador is probably a tiny bit lower in the neck department, giving it a slightly lower profile look. From the top, you can see that they're very similar size as well. So here's the profile view, the flat view of the two cases. Again, you can see they're very similar. And you can see the storage pouch on the Ambassador, which actually looks bigger than it is in reality. I actually prefer the look of the Ambassador. I think it's got a cooler shape, but both are around about the same size. So if you're trying to get them on an aeroplane, there's not really much in it, I would say, in terms of having a really low profile case. And both of these cases are definitely the smallest cases in terms of getting on a plane. Looking inside the cases then, starting with the BAM, it's a very protective environment for the saxophone, which fits absolutely perfectly. You can see the recessed mouthpiece patch there, and the kind of cutout section at the bottom, which is just about wide enough for a reed case, but you can't get much in there, maybe a sling and a reed case. It's very soft padding. It's a very secure environment for your saxophone to sit in. So there's not much in it there between the two. Here you can see Jack's system where the sax sits raised. The neck is raised up in order to make the saxophone a lower profile because of the shape of the instrument. As with the Cabine, the saxophone is very secure inside there. It doesn't waggle around at all. It's a lovely plush finish, and you can feel very good about your saxophone being very protected inside both cases. I was worried about the size of the outside pouch on the Ambassador, but actually it doesn't take up that much space. It doesn't affect the overall profile, and you can fit absolutely loads of stuff in there. It's fantastic. You could probably even get a mic in there. Moving on to one of the most decisive factors about these cases, the dreaded latches. Now you can see here on the Ambassador from Boston Sax Shop, they've got these really sturdy metal Southco latches, and there's 4 of them. You have to do the latch and then twist it and then push it down. So it's almost impossible that these latches are going to come off because you have to do 2 completely different movements, and they sit very flush with the case. They're easy to get on and off. You don't have to mess around with a little key. They're very sturdy, and they're going to last forever, these things. So you can feel really secure about the latches on the Boston Sax Shop. I think they're top drawer. Now, by contrast, looking at the BAM Cabine latches, these are the nemesis of this case. Everybody I speak to hates these latches, and they're one of the reasons that a lot of people won't even get the case. Saxophones have fallen out of people's backs because the latches just come open. They're plastic, they're flimsy, they don't stay shut, and as you can see, they come off really easily with the slightest nudge. And anecdotally, I know lots of people have had a problem with this. At the Boston Sax Shop, they've had people bring in saxophones that have fallen out of the case because these latches just come undone too easy. A little nudge and off they come. It's really a feature that Cabine need to sort out in their design. The only way around it is to use the tiny little key. Now, I've got around it in the past by carrying this teeny little losable key with me on a big carabiner, and every time I take the case, I have to lock the latches, of which there are only 3, by the way, compared to the 4 latches on the Boston Sax Shop. So the latches are really the big drawback. You can see how easy they just flick open there if you don't lock your case. Moving on to the Carabiners for the backpack straps. Both cases are really good. The BAM is really solid. They've got the auto lock mechanism there. The only thing is that the plastic sleeve around the carabiner can sometimes just slip around and not be effective. Here are the rucksack straps. They're pretty good, they're pretty solid, pretty well made, no complaints. Similar to the Cabine, the Ambassador's got these locking carabiners, but the sleeve around it is much better. And there you can see the safety backup hoops in case something fails. So those hoops just screw in to complete the circle, and you can see that they're quite flexible. They're not a big steel awkward hoop. They're nice and soft. They're not going to get in the way. And if something goes wrong with that carabiner for any strange reason, you are completely safe and secure. Your sax is not going to fall off your back, which has happened to me. The backpack straps on the Ambassador have the edge over the Cabine. They're really thick, really padded, do not move. The placement of the harnessings for the backpack strap is perfect, so the straps don't slip off your shoulders. Really comfy and made to last. Now, what do the cases look like on your back? Starting with the Ambassador, the straps are super comfy. You can see it just fits nicely on your back. It feels very comfortable to walk around with, very light case. And you can see that the extra storage pouch really doesn't add much to the overall feel of how big it is. There you can see the excellent 4 big metal spine straps. Okay, over to the Cabine. Again, it fits quite nicely on your back, not quite as nicely as the Ambassador. The straps kind of tend to slip off your shoulder a little bit, which I find a little bit annoying. But in terms of getting on an airplane, really low profile Tenor case, not much in it, and not really too many complaints with either case on that front. Right, let's try and tie a bow on this whole thing and draw some conclusions. Full disclosure, Jack did send me the case, so obviously I'm going to be potentially biased, but I'm trying to give as fair an opinion as I possibly can. And if you buy the case, I don't get anything. There's nothing in it for me. So let's start with the BAM Cabine. I've been using this for years. It's always been the smallest case that you can get for an airplane. Works fine. The biggest drawback is the latches. Everyone hates them. They pop off. Your saxophone can fall out. Therefore, you need to use the key to keep it secure. And once you start messing around with this tiny little key, which can easily get lost, you can turn up to your gig. There's no key. You can't get into your case. But if you don't lock the latches, they fall off the whole time. And I have had complaints anecdotally about Cabine's customer service in terms of these latches. I think somebody said they got the new replacement latches when their latches broke, but you need a rivet gun to fit them. It's not really a practical thing. All that said, if you do use the key and you lock it like I have been for years, there's nothing wrong with this case. It's really great. Storage is an issue. You're not going to get everything you want for a gig inside the case itself. You're going to need another bag. Let's now move on to the Ambassador. And what Jack is trying to do is to mend everything that's wrong with the Cabine, which I think, personally, he has absolutely done. Starting with the latches, these things are not coming off, and there's 4 of them. They're metal, they're not going to break, and even if one of them comes off, you've got 3 fail-safes, even probably 1 clasp would keep this case completely shut. You've also got a much more rigid construction. You've got this aluminium valence, which is built to last. You've got metal feet. The components are much more heavy duty on the instrument. One thing I love is the double handle, because what I have done in the past is finish a rehearsal or a gig, pick up my saxophone off the table, and the latches aren't done, and the saxophone flies out and breaks. Honestly, that has 100% happened to me. But with the double handle, even if for some silly reason you forget to use the latches on the case, it will still keep the case together when you pull it away. Whether you realise in time before you put it on your back, that's another matter. But it's that nice level of security, and the handles feel really nice with a nice leather sort of finish. You've also got the backup of these hoops for your backpack strap, because another thing that's happened to me is that the carabiners have failed. Then your saxophone falls off your back and it breaks onto the concrete. So these things are going to stop that happening. Another great improvement on the Cabine is the rear hinges. You've got these big 6-inch steel hinges on the back. There are 4 of them. That is really industrial. And I just love this pouch on the outside. Full disclosure, I was actually worried about this sticking out too much. But having got the case, it's actually really low profile, because in the context of where the bell is, you hardly see it at all. Jack's also come up with this cool system where the sax kind of sits at an angle, which allows the whole case itself to be narrower. When I pulled this thing out of the box on the unboxing, I actually thought it was an alto case. It really is small. It really is light. It's absolutely perfect for flying, but it's also perfect for being a workhorse case that you can gig around. So when all's said and done, my personal recommendation would be on getting the Ambassador. What about the prices? The Ambassador is slightly more money. It's $589. The Cabine is $500, so 431 quid versus 370 quid. So there's about a 60 quid difference between the two cases. But I think the 60 quid to protect your instrument and to last many, many years, I think the extra money is definitely worth it to get the Ambassador 2. You can get them in the UK, go to Headwind, or if you're in America, obviously it's much easier to get your case delivered. So I'm really, really excited about my Ambassador 2, and that is going to be my case of choice moving forward. Now, if it's improving your saxophone playing you want, I've got a free masterclass. It's really awesome. You just fill in your email using the link that you can see there and help yourself. There will be a bonus video inside my Inner Circle membership. Not even thinking about all the other awesome things which are happening inside the Inner Circle membership. You can use the link there to go and check that out. Until next time, make sure that you practice hard, practice smart, and enjoy your music. Take it easy. Which is why we all want the lowest itchy nose. Is take the what is it again?